What if I told you your gut houses over 70% of your immune system and that it plays a huge role in how you feel every single day? Maybe that's why the gut is referred to as the second brain. Surprise, right? Now, at this point, I feel like you can already guess what we're going to talk about on the show today. Warm and beautiful evening to you. Welcome to GYNA Plus right on Afia television. This is where we talk about health issues that affect women and girls and children in the society and sometimes men like today. And it's going to be a very special edition because our guest, Dr. Brenda Kanisi, will teach us practical tips on how to make simple food that can help improve your gut. All right. At this point, you already know that this show comes up every Wednesday by 6 p.m. and on Saturday there's a repeat broadcast. But don't forget, my name is Doris Mayumshishe. And after the break, you're going to meet my guest, whom you already know and met a couple of times. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you just tune in, you're watching GYNA Plus right on Afia television. And my name is Doris Mayumshishe. I'm very much excited today because I'll be learning something really new, something that will help me live healthily or healthier and maybe more happier because it's going to be a hands-on session about your gut, simple food that can help you live better. Like I said before, I have Dr. Brenda Kanisi here. He is a family and lifestyle medicine physician on the line family and lifestyle.
We're sticking today. We're going to emphasize
on
the lifestyle part.
Dr. Brenda, it's good to have you.
Doris, is good to have you.
Like it's been so long, but how are you, by the way?
Has it been long?
Not too much.
It's been good. It's been good. It's been gut health good.
Gut health good. Now, talking about gut health. We're not going to waste much of this. I'm looking forward to the practical part of this program today.
Okay.
What is this thing about gut health? Just give us a brief rundown. What it is, why it's important, why do we even have to talk about it?
Okay. So now let's start. What is your gut? Right? So I have to start from there before we talk about what gut health is. So gut just means gastrointestinal tract, right? So where does this, so that's where all your digestion, where does it start from? So it starts from the mouth, then it enters the larynx, from there to the esophagus, right? Then your stomach, then you have your small intestine, your large intestine, then you have your rectum and your anus and all that. So that is the tract, right? So now, inside this tract, there are what we call microbiomes, which are microorganisms that are beneficial to the tract, right? So when these organisms, we have like over 200 species of them. So there are plenty. There are plenty happy organisms dancing there and they're all happy and, good to be there. So when those microbiomes are there, in a state that makes sure that your digestive system is healthy. So that's what we refer to as gut health. So there needs to be a balance in those microbiomes there and how it's now being beneficial to your digestive system so that you don't have excess digestive symptoms, coming out from there. So.
Okay, so generally when we talk about gut health, it means all of that has to be healthy.
Yes.
It has to be in all of that.
Yes, it has to be in a state of balance. Do you understand? And so later I'm sure we'll talk more on it. Okay, what factors can make can make you have a poor gut health state?
Yes, we could even
okay, so
I was going to ask because you talk about stress, talk about lifestyle, talk about what you eat. Does all of that contribute? So
you said it. I think at this point in time, Doris doesn't need me on the set again. We talked about a lot of lifestyle things. At this point in time, Doris can just. So we have factors like stress. Because the thing about stress is that when your body is in a stress mode, is on a hyper mode. Do you understand? So and the essence of these microbes is to help break down the food you've eaten, to help release the nutrients that is gotten from the food, right? So when you eat the food, these microbiomes help to go there, dig it out, digest it, and help to bring out what your body needs, right? So when you're in a state of hyperactiveness, you're stressed and all that, it's not giving it enough time to do that, right? Now also, when you don't sleep well, do you understand? There's some people who don't sleep well and you're eating late into the night, so you're not giving your digestive tract enough time to rest and recuperate. Do you understand? So when we say sleep, so in as much as sleep helps you to calm down the mind and all that, you also need to allow your digestive has to have like a little break, right? Now we all know that alcohol is a no. It doesn't. Alcohol is not good for it. Cigarette smoking is not good for it.
But what does it do? Like it kills all of the healthy.
Yeah, it's not good. It doesn't create a conducive environment for the microbiomes to thrive, right? And now another thing people may not be aware is when you abuse antibiotics, because antibiotic means against life, right? So it's going to kill. So now when you're sick, you take antibiotics. It's needed to kill off the bad bacteria, right? So now in the process of it killing off the bad bacteria, it may also attack the good ones, because those microbiomes are the good ones we need, right? So when you abuse it excessively, you just have a small fever, you go and take antibiotics. You have small cough, you go and take antibiotics. So before you know it, you're killing off, you're killing off the healthy, microorganisms that are meant to be there. So these are the little factors that can actually affect your gut health.
Okay, but at what point do I even get to think that, oh, this might be a problem? Do I need to wait till it gets out of balance? And when does it really get out of balance?
So I think, first of all, you have to even know when you start, what symptoms would you have for you to suggest that, okay, my gut health is not, in a healthy state. So when you're bloated, so you feel like you're belching a lot, you're passing excessive gas, do you understand? You just have this little distended abdomen. When you know you didn't add weight, but you just feel this little, I don't know if it happens to you sometimes, you just feel this little pouch, especially for us who are very conscious of, our physique and all that, yes. So that, then you can be constipated as well. Then you can have heartburns. Yeah. So this is a part of the symptoms. When you get that frequently, it just tells you like, okay, something is happening here. Then another thing people don't know is also anxiety. So that's part of the symptoms.
So whenever you feel anxious.
Yes. And yes, when you feel anxious, and funny enough, when you get inside the consulting room, most of the time is like when you're depressed, nobody says, okay, let me check your gut health, let me check what you're eating. So it's also to bring that at the forefront to say, okay, all these things interplay, they're interwoven, because at the end of the day, these factors, like we said, stress, lack of exercise as well, creates poor gut health. So all these things affect your gut health. And now when your gut health is good, it also helps you to improve. So you can see like it's a little circle, right? So that's just
I know when you started, you talked about the healthy micro, organisms. I think that's microorganisms. So when I hear microorganisms, sometimes I feel like, oh, they are bad. So, we've had prebiotics sometimes. Probiotics. So, just
what does it mean? Yeah. Okay, so when we talk about prebiotics, right? So prebiotics are what helps to make the environment conducive for those organisms, right? Now the probiotics are the beneficial organisms, right? So pre helps to create the environment, while pro it is the actual life, organism that is beneficial, not the bad ones now. Do you understand? So when you have this combination of the pre and the probiotics, that's where you have, I don't want to use the layman term, but that's when you have it's a beautiful union, because now the prebiotics, right, will create the healthy environment for these organisms to thrive. So when the environment is conducive and they get what they need to multiply, of course they're going to multiply and give you a very good gut health, right? And one of the common prebiotics we have is fiber. So when people say fiber, take fiber.
Okay, so fiber, you mean what are
so fiber, you have things like your oats, right? You have things like your vegetables, your fruits. So this is what makes up your fiber, right? Even some nuts, yes. Things like cashew nuts helps make up your fiber. So this helps to really create that healthy environment we're talking about for the microorganisms to thrive very, very well. Now we also have, for the probiotics, this is where you have the life organisms, beneficial. Let me be emphatic on that, beneficial. And that is where you have things like your fermented food, right? So that's where you have your yogurt. Kimchi, is more of an Asian thing, but just fermented cabbage, right? So let me bring it down to our local, what we eat here. Local meat, so we have things like abacha. Things like apples. So these are fermented things that when you eat, it's actually beneficial.
So someone who gets to swallow like 5 grams.
No. That's no. Okay. Even another thing I also have to inform you about is that for the fact we've mentioned fiber, that doesn't mean you go binge on it. Yeah, because that also has a negative effect. Oh. Because when it's like you saying, let's say something is good for you, right? And you have too much of it. It creates a state of chaos. right? So the same thing with the fiber. When you eat it, also eat it in moderation and don't go and binge on it before the organisms go haywire in your guts. And also, so there should be a balance. There should be a balance. So in as much as yes, our fermented food is good, but also you also have to take note of the calorie intake. Do you understand? So eat in moderation, but eat things that are naturally available. So ultra processed food is also a major cause of poor gut health. So when you keep eating all the processed and all the packaged food and all that, that is just a part for you to have poor gut health. And the good thing about it is that you can, under days, you can see changes if you just follow some good will I say, eating regimen in terms of making sure you take your fiber, take things that have the life organisms and all that. You can see changes within days in your gut health. Even some symptoms that you are feeling will just resolve on its own.
Okay, so for women now especially, because I know we are a bit more conscious of what we eat sometimes than men. And probably woman who wants to check
her weight.
Her weight in check. And maybe sometimes her hormones, they talk about hormonal imbalance. I think that's quite common these days. Does all of these things that you talked about play a role in making sure that she stays optimal? You know, talking about hormonal balance, making sure that hormones are balanced, making sure that she stays up, her weight level, like.
Yeah, another thing, when you talk about hormonal imbalance, you also have to ask yourself, is there an underlying pathology? So is there an underlying disease? Because now, if there's an underlying problem, there's some things that you have to go check, right? And I remember the other day, a client called me and was talking about some symptoms and all. And I said, okay, have you ever done a hormonal assay? Have you ever checked your hormones? And she said, no. Okay. I said, okay, so why don't you do that first of all and come and we can now review? Because now, with the hormones control a lot of things in the body, right? A lot of the organs are affected by your hormones, right? So when you do the test, we kind of know, okay, which one is high? And you can now try to trace back, okay, where is this problem stemming from? So in all honesty, as a physician, I'm going to tell you, run your test, then we'll see it and review. That's why you need to see your physician. Don't go and say,
I'm going to eat this.
Yeah, I'm going to eat this and regulate the hormone. What are you regulating? Because you don't even know what you're which one is higher. So what are you regulating?
All right, Doc. So good enough that today, like I mentioned before, it's a practical session. So we're going to move in straight to a kitchen on set, right? But the brother came really prepared. So what do you have for us, really?
It's things that you see on the normal, and even some of the things we're going to prepare here is things that you see every day. And even there's a popular one which is like the treat we're going to have at the end. And a lot of people do it and sell it, but I don't even think they know the intention behind it. Some people just do it because it's a business that is trending. People patronize them because they sell it, but you don't even know the idea behind what you're selling. And if you know the idea, you will be more conscious of what you take in.
All right, Doc. So that's where we keep it for now. So we'll be more conscious of what we take in. So thinking about what you take, stay back, because right after the break, once we are back on the set, you get to see something that would interest you. Things you can do, things you can eat that will help improve your entire gut health, right here on the show, free of charge. I think we'll be right back. Welcome back. If you just tune in, you're still watching GYNA Plus right here on Afia television. And of course, my name is Doris Mayushishe, and Dr. Brenda Akanisi is still right here. So if you've been watching before the break, we've been talking about gut health, by the way. What it means, talk about what it means, how you can improve your general gut health, what you need to eat. And we promise that we're going to bring a practical session on how you can go about eating everyday food that will help boost your entire gut health. And Dr. Brenda has been a family and lifestyle medicine physician, put together all of these. So, Dr. Brenda, where are we starting from?
Okay, so actually, you can see I have this in my hand. This is corn season. So, of course, we just had to bring corn to put into the salad, right? So, I'm going to tell us what each of this has. So, I'm just going to scoop a little corn out. So, the reason why I do this is that this is way better than you buying the canned. This is corn season.
So, we're making salad now.
Yeah, so
it's a healthy
way of eating. So let's avoid all the whole canned because I talked about processed things. So let's avoid it. So this is already boiled corn. Don't worry, your hands are already washed.
Yes.
For those
wondering, as you can see,
it's washed. So when you go to the market and you get a lot of corn, right? Just try and boil some. So when you boil, you can see what I'm doing. Just use a spoon and be scooping it out. So when you scoop it out, you can just put some inside like a Ziploc and store for future stuff. So I've just put a little corn. You can see just the plate is looking pretty. So while there's corn there, you can see. Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get that.
Okay, while there's corn here, there's a little. So let me just explain what is here. We have our grapes, we have our carrots, we have our lettuce, we have cucumbers. So if you notice, there's some cucumbers with the back, there's some without the back. It's just for color effect, right? And we have our corn that we just put into. So you can see it's looking all shades of colorful. So I'm just going to make a quick salad dressing for this. So there can be two. Then this bowl here, just our basic coleslaw, which is just cabbage and carrot, right? So now what we have here is our Greek yogurt. So inside our Greek yogurt, so we just have little spices here. This is our salt, black pepper, this is oregano just for flavor, and cinnamon seeds. So I'm just going to take a little, and the lime, yeah. So I'm just going to put a little salt in this.
So this is to make it taste.
Yes, to give it some taste.
And then this is the yogurt.
Yeah, that's yogurt. So this is Greek yogurt. So I'm putting some black pepper inside and some little bit of oregano to give it some spice. Yeah. So now I'm just going to put some lime inside, and that's about it. Then we're just going to mix it. To give it extra.
The idea for this.
Yeah, so inside here I have garlic that I was, pounding a bit. So the garlic also is just for
flavor.
Flavor, yeah. And you remember our garlic is also what? Prebiotic.
Oh.
Yeah. So a lot of these things, so these are salad now. So everything here is prebiotic. Okay. Why this is probiotic?
Oh, this is the yogurt.
The yogurt itself.
Oh.
Do you understand? Okay. So it's helping it. So
the two now, what they do basically help you stay clean.
Yes.
From your
so this
mouth.
is like a simple, Greek yogurt kind of dressing. So you just, so you can avoid taking all those creamy stuff they said in the store that has a high load of. So this is one way to do that. Then right now in this little mortar, that's what we call it. There's still garlic here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil, right? So a little bit of olive.
So what does this do?
Olive oil. So this is a healthier salad dressing form, right? So then we'll also put a little bit of honey for some tanginess, some sweetness, right?
So, but for someone who, like we said, someone who likes to, they need their salad to be all creamy, and they can't do the oil thing, they can actually mix the yogurt and do all of these processes, and then it gives them. And it's more healthy. It's more healthy.
It's a very healthy option. So I'm just going to use the same spice I use. So I'm just trying to show you people like range. So I can use my Greek yogurt. I can use my oil. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this cinnamon seed here. Then use the remaining lime I have here.
So, but is this something one gets to eat every day? Like, let's say
Yeah, okay, let me tell you. I don't know if you've been to the store of late, but do you know the cost of salad dressing? It's a bit. It's not cheap. So, and the good thing about it is that when you buy these herbs, initially when you buy the herbs, it may look a little bit pricey. Do you understand? Maybe like a pack of this can go for maybe they're about 2,000. But it's something you can use for. You can see the small quantity you put. So it's something that can last you for a very long time, as opposed to you constantly buying a lot of processed stuff. So buy it and use it. Even the olive oil may be a little bit expensive. So some people can substitute with coconut oil. Right? And guess what? Maybe you can make your own coconut oil at home.
So that can work.
Yeah, that can work. So we just mix this. Just keep mixing it.
So why this is going on for people, just like you said, this can be pricey for some. Are there substitutes to these? Let's say, for instance, a typical African mom with 5 children wouldn't want to go through these processes. Are there like other meals?
Okay, so no, for me, any form of salad you take. Do you understand? Any form. And the beautiful thing about it is that you can make your own yogurt at home. All you need to do is so if you've bought yogurt, and I advise you buy plain yogurt, don't buy the sweetened one, right? Buy plain yogurt, then you can make your own yogurt at home just with milk. So you warm milk up, get the yogurt. So that yogurt has the probiotic, the live bacteria. So that's what causes so when you mix the yogurt into the new, that's what causes the ferments. So it's that live organism that's causing the new milk you've made to ferment, and then you have your own brand new yogurt. So I think for a mother of 5 that can work. Then you just drizzle this on top. Is it looking so pure?
Now, while
So
this is going on, so earlier on when we were talking
yeah,
about how to look out for signs to know that your gut is not so healthy,
yes,
you talked about the fact that sometimes you feel bloated, sometimes you fat, you pass excess gas. So
yes.
some people tell you, but this is healthy, that I'm passing gas is a good thing, that people who can actually do this. So you've made it look like okay, it's not such a good
Now, when
thing.
you pass gas excessively, that's
Okay,
not
like
that's a
excessively,
sign.
like yeah, every
That's
time,
that's a
anytime,
no. Of course, passing gas is a natural phenomenon, but when you do it excessively, there's a problem.
there's a
When you keep
problem.
belching excessively, there's a
It's a
problem.
problem.
Do you get? And most of the time, you most likely will be
So it means that the
constipated.
digestion is really
Yes,
not.
it's telling you that there's a disorder happening,
So
so you
you
have to
can
get it
eat.
back in order. Yes, so this is
So you can just jump into your kitchen and make this. Let's have
so
it. Okay, so
can
this
we
is
do it?
done.
This is a toast.
Okay, so this
That's
is.
not it. That's simple.
Oh wow! So the
The
just
dressing
that,
is simple, yeah. And for this one, we just mix it a bit.
and
So
you're sure that you're eating clean.
you're eating
You're
clean. So
eating
everything you're
clean.
making from home. And another thing is that, of course, one thing I would advise people, try and know the markets around you that sell things at a cheaper price.
Okay, so we can actually
Yes,
have
you can
the.
dig it and
Okay,
which one is starting
let
with?
me see.
Whatever it is, just
This
say.
is the one that had the yogurt, and this one had.
So you can adjust to your taste. So if you feel it's not creamy enough, you can adjust to your taste. So you can put in more salt, put in more yogurt.
Okay.
This for me, I would recommend a little bit. If you like something sweet, you can just put
More
a little honey
Oh.
on this.
Okay, but there wasn't honey from the.
No, I didn't put any honey in this.
Okay.
So do you want to try putting honey just
No,
to
no,
get
it's
the
fine.
difference?
It's fine.
No, let me just take it extra. Little.
Because now I'm going to have a taste of this.
Okay, so you don't want to spoil the taste. Okay, we're making a big mess, but that's the joy of cooking. When you make a big mess.
So we talked about our local meals earlier.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to go this way, there are people who don't like all of these leaves and all of this. They say, I'm not a
I'm
goat.
very straight.
They tell you I'm not a goat. I don't want to eat all of this. You said
You
said our local.
You know that wet abacha?
Yes.
With coconut. Very good.
Okay.
That wet abacha with coconut.
How about fufu, akpu?
That's what I talked about. You can take apple. You can even take ijebu gari. Right, but I'm just trying to say, don't abuse it. Not because they say, oh, it's fermented. You now go sit down, carry 5 wraps of akpa and say, I'm going to. No.
Okay. So while we are trying to wrap this up, we talked about Greek yogurt earlier. I think something you also get to see how you can.
So you want to try this as well?
Toppings, and I know I'm going to eat this. I don't want to be like the goats right now. But this is good. This is good. I think I'll go for this because I like the whole the flavor thing and then the pepper that you added a bit of it.
This to be honest, we're gonna be keep it with this. I'll give it 9 over 10. Straight down.
9 over 10.
Yeah.
More 10 for me because I think I
10 over 10, right?
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
for me. But for
this one, I think it depends on your taste. So I would say you can skip the oregano because oregano gives you more of an earthy taste.
It's a bit hard.
So you can skip that.
All right. So Dr. Brenda here just put us through a process of making a healthy salad, and then the coleslaw too. So if you're someone who doesn't like the whole creamy thing,
so I'm actually
who likes
this.
cream by the way, but you don't want to go through that process of using the unhealthy ones. I don't know. I mean, fatty ones. So that's the right one. You can go use your Greek yogurt, mix it, and then you can have your healthy salad dressed properly, healthily, and then you improve your general gut health. So, but there's one more that you get the shows after the break.
Yeah.
So please.
The very common one.
Very common one.
Very common one.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
But the brother is enjoying this, but I'll get this.
this is like interesting. I can't go like this is a
Welcome back. See, it's been such an amazing show. Like the kind of show I want to have every single day. You're still watching GYNA Plus right on Afia TV, and this is where we talk about healthy living. We talk about health issues that affect women and girls in the society. And today we went a bit extra with telling you how to live a healthy lifestyle. And we talking about gut health generally, the things you need to eat that will help improve your gut health. And Dr. Brenda Akanisi, a family and lifestyle medicine physician, is here. And we had the first part, healthy salad dressing using your cream and your vegetable oil, and it was really tasty. So now,
olive oil.
Okay, olive oil. Very, very important. So now here is the final phase of it. So this is, we talked about probiotics earlier, and you said yogurt is one. And just talk to us about
So I think, you know what we're about to make now is just like a parfait, right? It's something that's why I told you earlier when we discussed it, something that is very common, but people don't even know the essence. So as I'm going, you'll be scooping with me, right? So we have our base, which is what?
Greek yogurt.
This is Greek yogurt, right?
Yep.
So this is unsweetened, right?
Yeah.
So what we'll do, we'll kind of put a little bit of honey. So let's just start with the dry stuff, then we end with the honey, right?
Okay.
So once I scoop, you scoop.
Okay. So what is
so
this now?
So these are oats, rolled oats that has been toasted. Okay. So what you do now, you just you can buy it in the market, right? So you carry the oats, you mix it with cinnamon, a little bit of salt. You can skip the salt, a little bit of salt, put a little bit of honey. Then the reason why I prefer homemade is that you can regulate the amount of honey you're putting. Because honey is natural, that doesn't mean you should just go and no. So you put a little bit of that, put a little bit of cinnamon just for taste, Then once you do that, you mix it all together, then you put it in the pan and you just toast it, over open fire, or you can put it in the oven. Yeah, so you just keep toasting it for about 5 to 10 minutes and it's done. So
and then what does it do? What's the importance of
this is a prebiotic, so it's a fiber. Okay, so it helps,
fiber.
yeah.
So we talked about what you need. You can scoop as much as you want.
So we just scoop that there. We move on to
we can go round.
Then we'll take our nuts. So our nut is also helps with fiber. Yes.
Fiber.
Yeah, of course, there are other benefits of nuts and all that. Your minerals in it, but because
for someone who is allergic to nuts, is there some sort of
you can skip the nuts. Okay. So if you're allergic to nuts, skip the nut. Just do your granola and move straight to your fruits. So we can now put our beautiful grapes, which is also good in fiber, good in your vitamins as well.
So if you love this, you can add as much as you want.
As much as you want.
How affordable are grapes? Like for someone who's
so I think you can if you're on a budget, grapes. To be honest, grapes are a bit expensive, but it just looks cute. It does look cute. But what you can do, you can substitute with something like pineapple. So chop up pineapple,
and that works.
Yeah. So when you cut it, it's yellow. So it even gives you the vibrant color. With just mango, it's still a little bit in season. So so you can just throw in your mango.
So, but how often can someone actually consume all of this? We're talking about staying healthy, making sure.
Yeah. So I told you something about when you allow your gut to rest as well. Mm-hmm. Like when you wake up in the morning, there's also healthy habits you should practice to help with your gut. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is because you've woken up, so your gut has rested a bit. Don't just wake up and just start binging on food. No. Try and drink water, first of all, to cleanse your system. Then try to take things because we've said the prebiotic and the probiotic helps your microbiomes to thrive and to be happy, right? So won't you want to give the organisms the energy they need to start the day, to jumpstart the day? So that's why if you notice, most people will say, take oats in the morning. Okay. Yeah, take oats in the morning. So a lot of people just do some things out of routine or because they see a lot of people on social media do it. So that is the reason why you need to feed the microbiomes with good things.
It's good to start your day with that. Yes. Okay.
So once you do,
but basically, you say you need to allow your gut to rest at a point. So let's say in a week, in a period of 7 days, I can take it like twice in a week, and I'm good.
No, you should feed your gut every day. No, it's not a twice in a week kind of thing. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I gave you our local food that you can eat. Yeah. So people eat that on every. You eat your vegetables.
Oh yeah, okay.
You have to. So every meal you take, there should be a level of consciousness. Like, what am I feeding my microbiome? I think what are you feeding it? Because at the end of the day, this thing affects your whole body. The state of your gut health affects your whole body. So there's this intentionality about what you're putting into your mouth to feed it so that it can give you the best results. With that in mind, you think twice before you put that frizzy drink that you really don't need.
Nice.
Okay, so now...
So the honey, as we're wrapping up now...
Yeah, so we're going to put a little bit of honey. I don't like mine too sweet.
I like mine too.
Okay, so I think you can finish the whole honey. I'm not the sweet.
Will.
What's it looking so decadent?
So after these,
So Doris, this can be for a date night.
Okay, but this will be for a typical African woman. Giving me this, I think you're causing some trouble.
Why is that so? So for some people who are allergic to nuts, you can do coconut.
Okay.
Yeah, just for the Okay. So we just make a toast, right?
Yeah, to healthy living.
To healthy gut health.
I think now that you've seen all of these practical and simple ways that will help you live healthily and improve your gut, it's only easy and nice that you try something. So you're going to let us know. I mean, we are up on our YouTube channel, Afia Culture and Lifestyle. When this is up, let us know if you found this really useful and if you're going to try it. It's really nice. The honey, the nut, the grapes, and everything that is in here put together by Dr. Brenda is something that will help you live healthily. Well, for me, I think I like this, and it's something that I will try definitely.
I'll follow up on
But
you.
I'll have spare food at home because I can't deal with it. So wrap some food. But then again, I mean, we're toasting to health.
Toasting to gut health.
Gut health.
Good gut health.
Gut health.
And good health.
Good health generally. So you can try this. It's really nice, really. All right, thank you so much. This is where we'll definitely call it a wrap on the show. It's been an amazing session. I want to have this kind of GYNA Plus every day. Thank you so much to Dr. Brenda for bringing up this idea, for putting this through, for saying, okay, as a lifestyle coach, medicine coach, how do I put this to practice? And then we just had this come alive on set. Thank you so much, Dan. It's been a wonderful time. My name is Doris Mayo Shishe. Thank you for watching.